So, namaste and greetings. And oh my, wow, the music. Aren't they absolutely incredible? We are so blessed at First Unity Spiritual Campus. Let's just breathe that in. Take a moment and put your hand on your heart and just breathe in your gratitude and your blessings and all the love that is everywhere around you. There's a story about a woman who's having a dream, and in the dream, a great big green dragon is chasing her, and she begins to run. And the faster she goes, the faster the dragon is coming after her. And all of a sudden, the dragon grabs a hold of her, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what are you going to do with me? What are you going to do with me?" And the dragon says, "I don't know, lady. It's your dream. It's your dream." Well, that's the conversation I want to have with you today, is to realize that the evolution of your humanity, expressing yourself as an individuation of God, means clearly and profoundly that your dreams are always revealing themselves to you. It's not like you have one or two and you have completed those and all is well. You will find on your path many times of awakening that will reveal something greater within you that's being called for you to do. Years ago, when I was learning to be a speaker, and I believe I've been reflecting a lot, looking at a 30-year history of the same similar type work, I've been thinking about what are some of the things that I'm grateful that someone taught me early on. And one of them is the first 7 seconds. And it asks us, it invites us to realize that everywhere you are and everywhere you go, as Dr. Seuss would say, oh, the places you go, that you're taking you're taking your energy, you're taking that energetic presence. And within the first 7 seconds, what are you saying? What is your body language saying? What is your energy saying? As Toni Morrison said to Oprah, her goal, one of them in life, one of her dreams in life, is that every time a child would see her and look into her eyes, that they would see hope. When you think about yourself, and the first 7 seconds, when you show up, when you enter a room, when you answer the phone, when you text even, and it's nonverbal, what is that conversation? How do you greet? How do you meet somebody in that consciousness? I believe with all my heart that all of us are here to exceed a great and a profound and amazing life. In scripture, in John 14:12, Jesus says, "Very truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works that I have been doing." Well, isn't that comforting? And here's the landing part. "And they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father." Wow. Now, isn't that a concept? And think about that from the depth of your heart. Is that perhaps on some level, societal beliefs and religiosity, perhaps there has been the lowering of the standards? Because one of my dreams for myself and for others, is to take this scripture literally, to look at what Jesus, as we know, in the Christ consciousness beyond the man, but the Christ consciousness of the works. Isn't that profound? When you think about and when you charge yourself and you challenge yourself to be willing to exceed the works as you are walking in this human form on this planet, that you can heal, that you can reveal, that the very vibratory field that you carry into a room has the capacity to change, enlighten, to open. Wow. In that space, in those moments of your life, what kind of impact can you make? I believe with my heart and through the years of life that that is one reason why there's so much suppression and depression in religiosity, is because the paradigm remains the same. The paradigm is dated, it's old. Let's just honor this one individual who walked the planet, and let's stay there, and nobody can ever exceed that, and let's keep you in that stagnant place. Stagnation of any kind will always lead to a level of either anxiety or depression. And obviously there's many reasons. That's not the one size fits all, but that would come into play. So what is it within us that's so afraid to allow ourselves to accept the space of who we are here to be, to exceed all of that? In my early days of ministerial school, I had the good pleasure to hear Bill Hornaday, who walked the journey with Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science Mind teaching. And wow, what a powerful message it was that Bill told about Ernest Holmes and the life as he knew him. And he told so many stories, and they were so profound that even today, 30 years later, I love sitting at lunch with some of the CSL, the Center for Spiritual Living, or the religious science ministers, and I'll say, let me tell you about that day in 1989 out of Silomar in California, and let me tell you some of the stories that was told to me and everyone there about Ernest Holmes and the way that he lived. Ernest Holmes, wherever he would go, he would walk into a room, whether it was a restaurant, whether it was a speaking hall, whether it was the theater, whatever it was. Hi, I'm Ernest Holmes. Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes. Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes. And people would look around and go, who is that? He would emerge with his first 7 seconds as an energetic presence that was totally alive. He would have this energy about him that was so powerful. I love one of the stories that Bill told on that particular day, that Ernest was at a cafe and he would go there every afternoon and get a dessert. And that particular afternoon, a man that was extremely drunk sat beside him and could hardly talk. And Ernest ordered him some coffee. And he said to the man, hi, I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes. And the man was, okay. So he's drinking the coffee and he begins to sober up a little bit. And Ernest says, tell me about yourself. And the man said, well, I used to be a sign maker, but I lost my job a few years ago. And Ernest says, oh, really? What kind of signs can you make? And he said, oh, I can do big letters and numbers and all kind of things. So Ernest calls the manager of the store and says, hi, I'm Dr. Ernest Holmes, and I have a man here that's a sign maker. And it looks like to me that you have some sales going on and you can hardly read the posters that you have. How would you like my friend here to make some signs for you? And the man said, oh, that would be wonderful. And Ernest said, well, what are you going to pay him? And so they agreed to terms, and the man made many, many signs for this store and continued to do so for quite some time. Well, Ernest went on with his life, and one day he's sitting in his office, a knock on the door, and his secretary tells him that he has a guest. And here comes a man with a 3-piece suit on, all dressed up, and he says, hi, I wanted to say hello to you and tell you thank you, because I'm the guy that you saw that day in the cafe, and that encounter changed my life. That encounter changed my life. I have that moment of emotion because it brings to my heart, in every walk of my life, within every chapter, individuals that have been sent my way, that I've had the pleasure of seeing, that have changed my life. What about you? I would really like you to journal this week about the individuals that have changed your life because of them, because they were willing to live greater than what you were currently seeing. With what you currently knew, you became a greater person. I love that statement that says that small people talk about other people. Ordinary people talk about ordinary things, but great people think and talk about great things that are possible. That is the way that nature has designed us, is that we are always shifting, we are always emerging, and we are always growing. We are always evolving into that space of our own energetic creation. So when I think about what makes great people great, I think about the first talk I ever did that I believe I'm still doing. I really do. I believe I'm still doing that same talk. The stories may change and the people in the stories may change, but it all goes fundamentally back to the same thing. Is the power of recognizing, as Holmes would say, that it has taken humanity thousands and thousands and thousands of years to realize that it can control, that humankind can control its own destiny, its own destiny. As people used to say about Gandhi, they would say very clearly, beware of this man, be aware of him. He has no fear. He's not concerned with dying. He's not concerned with being a failure. He's not concerned with letting someone down. Be aware of this man because he is clearly fully expressing what he knows to be true about himself. So, what is it that makes great people great? Last week, I was talking about the importance of the mirror. Certainly, the conversation that you have in the mirror with yourself, but also the mirror that you see in your life, the people you surround yourself by. I was thinking about, in my own prayer work this week, I was thinking about my friend Michael, that back in 2008 with the economical crash, he decided to stop taking some very expensive medicine, and he didn't get any kind of coaching. He just stopped the medicine on his own, and he had a major stroke. It was very sad. And I went to see him in the rehabilitation center. And I was there, and I was with a friend of mine, and I was looking around the ward where they had him. And he was surrounded by people that it was quite evident that many of them weren't going to make it. And I thought to myself, with a feeling in my heart of, this is all he sees. This is all he sees. What kind of hope is this giving him? I'm sure it may cost more, but thinking about hospitals and rehabilitation centers that used to be the place that we would go to get better, I was thinking about how profound would it be to have a ward where those are the best case scenarios and they're going to get better quickly. And then in the mirror, you could see that. It gave you tremendous hope, right? Or where it was the worst case scenarios, then you could start adjusting your consciousness to know that you are going into another evolution phase that we call life, that ongoing journey. But I also was thinking about how it is with people like you and me. What is the mirror that you see? If you've already started a conversation about that you are getting old, well, stop that right away and look at the mirror that you see. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90-year-olds that are wild and energetic and dance to Dancing Queen. That's the team I'm going to be with. I'm going to be right there. Sign me up. You can count on me. I guarantee you, because I will not accept getting old ever. I will do the best I can with the most quality aging that is possible. If you currently have a diagnosis, are you surrounding yourself with people that have overcome such diagnosis? Are you around people that are healthy? Are you around people that are dynamic and have overcome certain things? If you are going through and surviving your teenagers, are you in a club or in a team where people have told you that they got through it and now their teenagers are now grown with families and they are mature and all will be well? Because, so many people just simply surround themselves with stories so they can pat themselves on the back and remind themselves how right they are. How right they are. See? Oh yeah, this is tough. This is challenging. Let me just join the ordinary people and talk about these ordinary things. No, the things in your life that you have attracted to you, either consciously or unconsciously, absolutely not. They're not here to bring you down. They're here to put wings on your shoulders, my friend. I'm going to say that again. The things in your life that you have attracted either consciously or unconsciously, they're not here to bring you down. Absolutely not. They're here to put wings on your shoulders. That's what they're there for. But you want to surround yourself with people that have accomplished so much more than you have, stretched that scripture, that they have decided to do greater things than anyone that has walked the human planet and dimension, and be way beyond the average of what is possible. Just that very thought alone is so exciting. And it isn't always easy when you make a decision to exceed that which you already know, but yet it is crucial and it is necessary if you are truly to discover the miraculous self within. It is truly necessary. I think that with this being Pride Month, I was telling my dear, dear beloved friend and pal, I was saying, I believe that was the reason it was so difficult for me in the early stages of my life to be in gay community, is because I grew up with parents that did not model healthy relationship. And then when I was engaged and involved in gay community, well, they were breaking up as fast as they got together. I mean, they would just last a few months. And just as soon as you got that phone number and address in your phone book, well, they just already had broken up and then they were going with each other's friends. So I was like, this will not work for me. I want to model excellence in relationship. And I never gave up that dream that was waiting to come true within me, to believe that healthy relationship is not only possible, it's effortless when you are coming from your heart. When you really allow yourself to be loved and knowing who you are, then that mirror is going to find you and see all of that. And the beauty is, it doesn't just stop with relationship as far as a love mate. It's everywhere around you. And things must shift and change. So look at what you say is important to you. And if I came into your home, if I came into your life if I met your friends, if I saw your pets, if I was exposed to the things that you say that matter to you, would I see what you say is important to you? Because if I don't, there's changes that are to be made. There's changes that are yet to be realized. So great people, born to be great. Great people, born to be great. They live and immerse themselves in an energy field of being grounded, of each and every day. Good morning, God. I am so excited to be you. Good morning, universe. There's so much that is untapped within me that I am here to recognize and to realize. Great Spirit, earth, wind, rain, and fire, you are inside me and all around me. You are inside me and all around me. Oh my, how can I express fully today, this day? I will remain grounded. I will drink my water. I will eat in a way that serves my body. I will watch what is eating me mentally and release. I will be grounded to the earth. I will give thanks for everything that I have, knowing that so much more is yet to come. Great people have energy because the mirror that they have in their lives thrives and reminds them of nature. They have lots of energy. They're not in conversation about what they dread. They're in conversation about what they love. They're not in conversation about the oh me. They're in the conversation of oh my. From oh me to oh my. Here we go. Great people thrive on discovering, and sometimes it changes, of what makes them feel alive. What makes you feel alive? What is that energy? You've heard me say many times, and you probably will a few more, Howard Thurman's quote, don't spend your time thinking about what the world needs. Don't spend your time there. Think about what makes you feel alive. Think about that energy. Think about that presence. What gives you that one life? That life is God. That life is your life right now. What is that energetic power that moves you, that guides you and directs you? What makes you feel alive? Do that, because that's what the world needs. The world needs what makes you come alive, what gives you that energy. Life is so precious. And as stated from the Wiz, if you believe within your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path of life that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you'll say it's yours. Believe that you can go home. Believe that you can float on air and click your heels 3 times. And if you believe, you'll be there. It doesn't say believe in your head. It says believe in your heart. Bless you on this amazing journey that we call life. Namaste.